Once upon a time, there was a little shop perched on a windy hill in a small town. Everyone called it the Miraculous Bookstore. The shop belonged to an elderly but energetic woman named Ms. Leila. Ms. Leila had cloud-like white hair and sparkling eyes behind her glasses that seemed to tell 1,000 stories. But the real secret of this bookstore was the shop itself. It could fly. Ms. Leila's bookstore wasn't an ordinary building. When the wind blew, tiny propellers would emerge from the roof, start spinning, and the whole shop would lift off into the sky. The windows and doors would seal tightly so the books wouldn't fly away, and the children inside would gaze out of the windows, marveling at the tiny houses and green hills below. Every week, Ms. Leila flew her shop to a different place. One day, it would land by the seaside. Another day, it would rest in a meadow filled with flowers. Where the shop would fly next was decided by a magical compass that Ms. Leila called the book wine. One day, a curious little girl named Ria noticed the flying bookstore as it landed beneath the giant oak tree near her town. She had heard about the shop and its ability to fly but found it hard to believe. "That's impossible," she murmured. But her curiosity got the better of her, and she stepped inside. The moment she entered, she gasped. The walls were lined with shelves that stretched to the ceiling, filled with books. Each book seemed to hum gently, as if calling to her. In the center of the shop stood a golden table, and on it rested a small bird statue. The bird's eyes sparkled for a moment, and suddenly Ms. Leila appeared. "Welcome, little explorer," said Ms. Leila cheerfully. "Would you like to go on a journey?" Ria asked hesitantly. "What kind of journey?" Ms. Leila smiled and pulled a book from one of the shelves. On the cover, there was a picture of a child riding a dragon. "When you open this book," she said, "you'll be riding the dragon too." At first, Ria hesitated, but her curiosity won out. As soon as she opened the book, a bright light shone from its pages, and she found herself riding on the back of a dragon. The sky was beneath her, the clouds above. The dragon took her to magical lands, floating castles, talking animals, and gardens of stars in the sky. With another book, Ria explored an underwater kingdom. With another, she traveled to a land of chocolate waterfalls and candy forests. Every book was a new adventure. Ria didn't want to leave the flying bookstore. But Ms. Leila said, "There are many children who want to visit my shop. But don't worry, my bookstore will fly back to your town someday." Before leaving, Ria made a promise to Ms. Leila. "One day, I'll write my own books and sell them in your shop." Ms. Leila winked and replied, "When that day comes, your books will take others on magical adventures too." Ria returned home, her heart brimming with dreams. From that day on, she spent her nights writing her own stories, waiting for the flying bookstore to return.